Hey everybody, my name is Russ. That is Lauren. Welcome to our Saturday reaction video. As always, we are going to let the song play through and kind of just listen and react, naturally to however this happens. But after the song, we're going to discuss more about like why I picked this one, what Lauren thought of it, and so on. So, without further ado, Elvis performing "How Great Thou Art" in 1977.
Oh Lord, my God, when I always wonder, consider all the big worlds thy hands have made. I see and I hear the rolling thunder. I power throughout the universe display. Sing, fellas. When Christ shall come with shout of acclamation to take me home, what joy shall fill my heart? Then I shall bow in humble adoration, and there proclaim, oh my God, how great thou art. Heaven sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. Oh, how great, I thank you, oh Lord, how great thou art. Heaven sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. Oh, how great thou art. How
So there's that.
Yeah.
So we'll skip back to this in a minute, but anyway, you cut that. That's a magnificent vocal performance.
I
Like-
agree.
Like there's just no two ways about it. That's a magnificent, almost operatic vocal performance. But so the reason why I picked this one is this is known as the CBS special, or well, a lot of people mislabel it as Elvis's final concert, and it's not. It's the last filmed concert. They filmed two shows, Rapid City and somewhere else. Elvis fans remind me of what the other show was. I know, but it's not on the top of my head right now. Anyways, they filmed two shows, and they put together the best of, more or less the best of the two shows to make the TV special. And then he passed away in the meantime. And a lot of fans aren't wrong for being confused, because even on the soundtrack album and the CBS special, Vernon himself says it's the last performance, and it's not.
Okay.
But anyways, I mean, he in 77, performances are a real hit or miss. And for the most part, they got everything together to show like what a real good Elvis show would look like, in that time. So anyways, so that's why I picked this one, because I think that, you know this all the time. One of the biggest things I can't stand is when people say old fat Elvis, or they like say 70s Elvis in like a derogatory term. I love what he was doing in the 70s, and I think I would challenge, I don't know, a healthy 20-year-old to come up with a more inspired vocal than that. So I can go on about this more, but I want to hear what you think more about what you saw.
So I know this song very well. Back in my church organist days, this was one of my like go-tos. I just liked to play and I liked to sing, and it got to a point towards and I was a teenager at the time, and I didn't know that this Elvis performance of it existed, right? I used to get like old ladies asking me, "Can you do that Elvis one that you do?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "How great thou art." And I'm like, "Okay, sure." And I never really asked. I'm like, they must just be confused.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people have left comments and said, like, why don't you do, and someday we'll circle back to the version from 72. I don't have anything against the version from 72, but my Lord, when he hits the line, "My God, how great thou art," in this, it's stunning.
Yeah.
But his version, the studio version of it from the 60s, where he has a very famous religious gospel album. But "How Great Thou Art" is one of the only songs. I think it's the only song he ever won a Grammy for. Again, Elvis fans, I'm sure will let me know. But that's the thing, though, is like that's what he won. The only time he was ever acknowledged by the Cool Kids organization is for his gospel.
And so it was like I said, it was just so that Elvis song. I'm like, what is this? Is just in my hymnal. What are you talking about?
Right, yeah.
And so it was really interesting. To see this and just that kind of reaction to a song that I used to just sit in a choir loft and play the organ and sing by myself.
Right. And then the other thing too, and this is just more my opinion, but you kick in as well. I mean, does Elvis look like a healthy 42-year-old in this video? No, but I don't think he looks anywhere near as bad as people say. It's boggling to me how we as a society sit around and judge things like that so much. And then, especially in today's age, people will sit on social media and be like, "Oh, we need to be more body positive and nicer to each other." And it's like, that dude was dealing with so much more than just weight issues. And I'm not talking about prescriptions and whatnot, and like other things that were physically wrong with him. And it was just such arguably part of the heyday for when sensationalism mattered more than the human side of things. But I like that the look on his face here, and again, you can tell when he's good, like the lyrics mean a lot to him. Or and I've shown you this in other videos too, at the end of that big note where he's more trying to impress the other musicians and vocalists on stage than he is anyone else.
Yeah.
Like he looks at them like, "Did you hear that?" And I love that so much. Like just to have that swagger of still be like, you heard that came out of my face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just love that. So
cool.
But again, we try and do a bunch of reaction videos and react to things that people request. So if you have other performances from Elvis, I'm full disclosure, I'm a late 60s through the 70s guy. So if you have other performances from that era that you want us to take a look at, by all means, hopefully somebody can come up with something I haven't seen from that era, because that'd be awesome for me. But by and large, most of it is new to Lauren, so we can still get like some discussion out of me and a reaction out of her. So if you would, please drop a comment, maybe answer some of those questions from earlier, the things I was a little fuzzy on here. And again, but that is Lauren. My name is Russ. Drop a like on the video, and as we always say, thank you so much for watching.